Hi everyone, I'm gonna get started in just a minute. It'll be just a second. See if anybody shows up here. Hello, hello. Give me 1 second here. Want to share the video. If you guys want to share the video, that would be appreciated. I'm going to go put it in the Cricut Easy Press group. Give me 1 second. We're going to press on a hoodie today, which isn't too difficult, but I wanted to show you how I line up when I want to press on the left pocket area. One second. All right, just get it posted in this group and be right back. All right, who we got here? Hi Sheila, you're welcome. Joan, Guadalupe, it's been a while. Hi Terry, yes, I took the afternoon off and I took tomorrow off. Kind of a last minute decision to get some Christmas stuff done. Hey guys, when washing, do you wash inside out and then not dry the garment? I wash and dry with my regular loads. If I'm doing darks, I'll put, like this would go in a dark load and I'll wash and dry it. I don't do anything special to it. I haven't had any problem, and you guys have seen my wash test. I'm up to like 60 washes now, 60 some, and it's still going strong. Cricut has not released the knife blade yet, and we don't have a date. They're saying sometime in 2018. All right, guys, I'm gonna get started. What I'm doing, I actually took the afternoon off from my job. I had a couple of Christmas gifts I need to get done, get out of the way, and so I just thought I would just get it done today. I am going to be pressing, my son-in-law wanted some hoodies with his work logo on it. So, of course, my daughter calls me. And I was sitting here trying to figure out an easy way to measure where it goes when it's on the left pocket. Now, when you're doing a emblem or a logo on a left or on a pocket, it's usually on the left side. I don't know if it's flipped since you guys are watching this on camera, but it should be on the left, as if the person were wearing it should be on the left side. And it's supposed to be from the edge of the neck seam down. It's supposed to be 7.5 to 9 inches. Let me pull this down so that you can see everything. Hold on, I'm not sure if you can see what I can see. There we go. Okay, so from this seam down, it's supposed to be 7.5 to 9 inches. And from the center over, it's supposed to be 4 to 6 inches. So I kept trying to measure and trying to figure out what to do. So I went into Design Space and I made my own little guide. Now this is really silly, but it works really well. The emblem should be about 4 by 4 for a pocket emblem. So what I did was create this, which if I put this edge right up here at the neck seam and put this edge in the center, this emblem should fit right inside there, like so. And you know, it should be around 4x4, so this is slightly bigger, but that's fine. And then I marked the center of my opening, so that should be the center of the emblem. So that makes it a whole lot easier. Now I will share the design space file for this. I just cut this out in cardstock. I don't know if anybody's interested in it, but it worked for me. So let's get started with our press. I'm pressing on a regular cotton hoodie. This is just a Hanes Comfort Blend. It's a 50 cotton, 50 polyester design, or hoodie, sorry. Get my easy press out. So if we look at our guide sheet, again, this is on the Cricut help website. If you go to help.cricut.com, easy press recommended settings, or you can get it in our Cricut Easy Press group. And we're looking at a cotton polyester blend. We're using Cricut Standard Light 305 for 20 seconds. So I'm going to adjust my easy press to 305 20 seconds. I already had it at 305. I'm just lowering the time to 20 seconds. So the first thing we're going to do always is pre-press our garment or the object that you're putting it on. And what that does is pull the moisture out of the garment, and it removes any wrinkles, creases, and it also just makes the iron-on stick a little bit better, helps with the longevity. So I'm just going to press it for a few seconds in the area where I'm going to be applying the iron-on. And that should be sufficient. And now I want to find the center of my sweatshirt. And this, it's pretty easy to tell. It's going to be obviously right here, but I want to make sure I get it going down. So I'm going to fold it in half lengthwise. Make sure I have that center, and I'm just going to crease it ever so slightly, just so that I know I'm center. All right, let's open it back up. I'm working on a Steady Betty. You always want a flat, solid surface. No plastic resin tables, no ironing boards, no cold tiles or granite countertops unless you have some kind of padding between you and the cold countertop. This is actually a wood table, so I'm not putting the press on some cold area. Now this is also serving as my pressing pillow because I've got the seam of the hoodie down off of my Steady Betty up here. So my pressing area is lifted up. The seam of the side of the shirt is also down below. So my press is going to press totally flat on the area where I'm working. Now we're going to take our guide, and again, I'll link the design space file. This is really nothing scientific. And I'm going to place it right at the edge of the neckline. So if you were doing a t-shirt or whatever, you would put it right at the edge of the neckline, and this at the center. So hopefully those will line up pretty closely. And I'm going to scoot it over just a hair. And you have a little bit of leeway. Like I said, this is, I wrote it down, 4 to 6 inches should be the center of your logo from the center. But you want to be careful when you're putting it on the pocket area that you're not getting it under the arm or too low or too high. So that was kind of why I wanted to make a guide just to make this easy. So that looks pretty good. Now, here is my logo, one of them, and it's 2 pieces. So I'm going to take the top layer off. I'm going to fold my logo in half, not my transfer tape paper, the logo. I'm going to make sure the edges meet. And actually it's right here is the furthest edge, so I'm going to mark that. I'll pinch the top, pinch the bottom, and that's the center. So I know that needs to be about right there. So I can pull my guide out. Now what I want to do is make sure it's straight. So I'm going to put this edge on that seam of the pocket and kind of check to see if everything looks straight. That looks pretty straight. All right, so we're doing 2 layers. So the first layer I'm just going to put on briefly, and where is my Teflon sheet? Here it is. I am trying to get in the practice of always using my Teflon sheet. You don't have to. You can put this right on there. You'd be just fine. But I'm trying to stay in the habit, so I'm just going to put it down for a few seconds. We're not going to go the full 20, since we have another layer to go on top of it. All right, and I'm sorry guys, I can't read the questions while I'm doing this, but I can. We can go back to questions. We're gonna peel this off. That looks great. Now I'm gonna line up my second layer. That looks great. Again, I'm gonna put my Teflon sheet down, and this time I'm going to go the full time. And I'm just using a gentle pressure, nothing crazy. Nothing white knuckled. And we're just going to let it count down to 20 seconds. And there it is. Remove the Teflon. You guys be careful when you're using this Teflon sheet. This really holds heat, so it gets really, really hot. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this second layer off. That looks great. Now, one thing I have noticed when you do something like that and you're putting something smaller on top, you can see where that transfer paper was. So all I'm going to do is put my Teflon sheet back on there. Oops. And just go over it for a couple more seconds just to get that little crease from that transfer paper off of there. And that looks great. So, whenever you're doing a garment, it's always a good idea, turn it over, Cricut recommends, and press it from the back side. And do a full press on the back. There we go. And we're done. All right, so there is my hoodie with the logo on the left chest pocket, if there was a pocket. So that worked out pretty good. I think I like the placement of it. So I have one more hoodie to do. We can do it again. I know you guys got this down now, but I got to do 2, so I figured you guys could hang out with me while I do it. So, as always, we're going to pre-press our sweatshirt. The Teflon sheet is, you don't have to use it, but it's always going to do, it's just going to help your application. You do need to use it when you're working with delicate materials such as the faux leather, or if you're layering vinyl, it's good to use it. If you don't put your transfer sheet back on when you put the second layer on, it's better to use a Teflon sheet just to protect it. I have put it directly, the Easy Press directly back on it, and it's fine. But like I said, it's never going to hurt. It's only going to help your application. So I'm just trying to get in the habit of always using it. So again, we're going to fold our sweatshirt in half, lining the armpits up and the center, the bottom seams, and get an idea of the center point going down. Just going to press that. And here we go again. Time to line it up. I'm doing the exact same logo. I'm going to make sure my seams are off of my pressing surface. The strings are out of the way. Pull this up. It's still on my pressing surface. All right. It's also good to keep a lint roller in your craft room and lint roll it before you press it. Being that this is black and I have golden retrievers, you can see some hairs on here. I don't want to get that under my logo. Okay, so again, we have our guide here. And we're going to line this seam up with the shoulder and get this close to the center. So this is at the center and this is up at the top. It means my logo should fall somewhere right within that square. Again, I have 2 layers. We're going to fold Indiana in half. And we're folding the design in half, not the transfer paper. Crease it at the top and the bottom. That's our center points. And I'm going to line that up with my center points and my square. Perfect. I can remove that. So now I know it's in the right placement. Now I just want to kind of check and see if it's straight. So I'm going to line it up with that straight seam. The top of the Indiana with the top of the design. That looks straight. Looks straight going down. And I can also use the top, this part. Make sure that's straight. That looks straight. So here we go. Again, we're just going to go a couple seconds, 3:05, 20 seconds. Oh, didn't put my Teflon sheet on, but see, it's fine. Now we're going to see if we're stuck. And actually, I think we could go a little bit longer. I'm going to put the Teflon sheet down. Your logo for a pocket should be approximately 4x4 in that range. You can go a little bit bigger or smaller, but you don't want to go too much bigger than 4x4. All right, perfect. Now we have the other part. I'm going to line that up. And actually, I think it looks a little crooked. All right, now we're gonna put our Teflon back. We're gonna do a full press, 20 seconds. Yes, the press has, the bottom plate of the press is 9x9. Also for, I know a lot of people have been asking me where the pressing pillow video went. I accidentally deleted it and I just re-recorded it, so it is actually uploading as we're filming. So that'll be back up shortly for those who want to make their own pressing pillows. All right. I'm going to press it one more time to get rid of that outline of this transfer paper. And it just takes a few seconds to do that. All right. That looks great. So here. All right, now I'm going to turn it over and press from the back. And again, you want to make sure when you're pressing, you're not pressing on, there's a seam right here. So I'm going to pull that off my board. Got this, the bulk of the hood. I've got a seam right here. I want to make sure that's off the board. So I'm pressing on a flat surface. Have I posted the, no, but I can. Well, I'll put it in the description below this video when it's done. So I'm going to have to click out of what I'm in and get back into Design Space. Oops, I forgot to hit the timer. So you guys, the easy part, I mean, it's very forgiving. A lot of people have different methods of when to apply what, you know, whether they do their high temp first or their low temp first. Do what works for you. I mean, when I'm telling you my method, it's just that. This is how I have done it. I've had pretty good luck. Like I said, my washing test shirt is still going strong at 60 washes and dries and bleach. But, you know, as I watch videos, I see people saying different things. Some people pre-wash. I do not pre-wash. I never pre-wash. I don't like giving gifts that I have already washed. But I haven't had a problem with that. I don't pre-wash my own shirts when I do it. And And again, I see some people really leaning into it. It's not going to hurt it if you do that, but it's not necessary. The only time you really have to add more pressure is when you're putting something on like a terry cloth or something that has texture. Then you're pushing on it to get that adhesive to melt down into the fabric, into the density of the fabric. But it's not necessary. But again, it's not going to hurt it. Some people use the Teflon sheet. Some people don't. Again, it's not going to hurt it. I'm going to press this just one more time. It kind of got the texture of my Study Buddy when I turned it over and pressed from the back. So I just want to smooth that out a little bit. That's better. So, any questions? Sorry, I couldn't answer them as I was doing it. What type of vinyl do you use? This is Cricut iron-on, both the red and the white. I love the Cricut iron-on. That's pretty much all I use. I do have Caesar Easy Weed, but I don't use it very much because I have so much of the Cricut. And again, I'll post this. This is really nothing scientific. I just thought it was easier than trying to measure down and then keep track of where that is and then measure over and keep track where that is and then try to find the center. Any other questions? Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Joan. You're always so pleasant. I know it's been a while since we've been doing videos. Terry and I have both been caught up in the holidays and other things going on, but we hope to get some other videos up soon. I've heard that the Cricut iron-on doesn't hold up well. How well does it wash? I have a shirt Brie that I have washed. I'm up to 60 some times. If you follow us in the Easy Press group or any of the Cricut groups, I've posted it several times. I have washed, dried, and bleached it over 60 times. I did one side with the heat press, one side with the Easy Press, half of it with Cricut iron-on, and half of it with Caesar Easy Weed, and it's all holding up equally well. So the Cricut iron-on is just as good as the Caesar Easy Weed and the other brands out there. I mean, I basically have used the Caesar Easy Weed and the Cricut iron-on. Rumor has it the Easy Weed and Cricut vinyl or Cricut iron-on are made in the same factory. Now, I don't know that's for a fact, but I've heard that several times. So I can't tell the difference. It doesn't hold up any differently in my testing. The difference between iron-on and Caesar Easy Weed. There is no difference. It's the same thing. Some people call it iron-on. Some people call it heat transfer vinyl. Caesar Easy Weed is a brand like Cricut, Cricut Light, Caesar Easy Weed are pretty much the same thing. Caesar Glitter is the same like Cricut Glitter. Thank you, Terry. Any other questions? Any special tips for Cricut adhesive foil? Cricut adhesive foil, are you talking about Cricut iron-on foil or adhesive foil? Cricut does have a flexible iron-on, or they did. I would have to check. I haven't seen that in a while. Adhesive foil, I'm not sure what tips you're looking for, other than, you know, when you're transferring it, you can't burnish it real hard or you're going to make marks in the foil. With the Cricut foil iron-on, my biggest tip is to cool peel. Not warm peel, not hot peel. Wait till it is cooled off. Hard to apply. What are you using for your transfer tape for the adhesive vinyl? Where can I find the peel on the different vinyls? I'm not sure what you're asking. Just got my Easy Press and Bright Pad for your birthday. Yay! Congrats! You're using the Cricut tape. Have you tried... Is it not sticking to the Cricut tape or it's not sticking to your project? I would try to clean your project with alcohol or Windex or something like that before. Any oils on your alcohol or on your surface will keep it from sticking. I would also try maybe warming up your surface a little bit before you put it down. Use a blow dryer, use you could even use the Easy Press if you're putting it on wood or something. And if you're putting on texture, it is going to be harder to stick. Cold peel on the holographic, yes. And it does make a difference, guys. If you don't cold peel the foil, you're going to get a real textured look. The foil should look totally smooth. And it's only going to do that if you peel it after it's cool. What's the difference between iron-on and iron-on light? Well, iron-on light, iron-on is the product. It's all iron-on. Holographic sparkles iron-on, foils iron-on, iron-on light is iron-on. Iron-on light is just a type of iron-on. Iron-on light is like Cricut. It's their matte colors. Their metallic colors. I believe that's it in the iron-on light. And then they have foil, and then they have glitter. Those are all types of iron-on. So there's not a difference between iron-on and iron-on light. Iron-on light is a type of iron-on. Hope that makes sense. Using adhesive foil for text on my cards and putting it on cardstock. You're having a problem getting it stick. I would try warming the cardstock up maybe. I've not had a problem with it sticking. Try burnishing it maybe so you don't scratch it. Put something like your Teflon sheet over it and then burnish it. Even though, I know this isn't for that, but put something over the top of it and then burnish it. I find with texture fabrics like stocking, obtain better results with warming your surface and waiting until it is fully cooled before pulling off. That's great, Melody. Like I said, do what works for you, but specifically with foil and holographic, any of them that really have a shine to them, you want to wait. Those are mostly cold peels. The Easy Weed or the Cricut Light and the Easy Weed, I like to peel warm. Any other questions? Is glitter a cold peel? No, glitter is... I peel glitter warm, but I actually... Let's look. Let me grab it. If you guys look at your directions on your vinyls, it will tell you whether to peel hot or cold. Let me open this up and see what the directions say. To be sure, I always peel glitter warm, but it might be a cold peel actually. And it does make a difference. Because like you can peel the foil warm, but you're going to get a texture. Which with glitter you wouldn't notice it as much, but it might actually adhere better if you don't. So let's see what it says. Inside your iron-on, if you buy the Cricut, it has all the directions. So don't just throw this out. And let's see, it says iron with a press cloth, one layer at a time. Do not layer on top. You never layer on top of glitter. For steam irons, turn off steam. Let cool before removing liner. So yes, glitter iron-on should be cool. Good to know. Will Cricut be releasing larger rolls of iron? They do. If you look in the bulk section on the Cricut website, they do have iron-on in bulk. Not in all of the colors, but in many of the colors. I just bought the iron-on glitter red in bulk for the holidays. Is it okay to put glitter iron-on on top of one of the photo pouches like you made? Sure. You could do that. Any other questions? Are you guys want, do you want this template? If not, you're not going to hurt my feelings. It just made it easier for me. Okay, awesome. I will make sure and link that below the video, so you'll have to come back and get it. Can you show how to lay the foil and glitter iron-on mat to cut? Glitter and foil go on the mat pretty side down, always. Glitter goes on the mat. Let me grab a mat. Glitter goes pretty side down, the mat side up. And then you got to make sure you mirror your image. And I have foil right here. Cricut foil goes pretty side down, and they kind of have a white back on it. White side up, mirror your image. Yes, foil iron-on is cold peel, always. Your Cricut light iron-on also goes pretty side down on the mat. Everything except for some of the pattern vinyls that you buy or printable vinyls. Everything else goes pretty side down. The printable ones, you have to read the directions because there are some that go pretty side up and there are some that go pretty side down. Just depends if it's for dark or for light and the brand. The printable ones, or the pattern ones, are the same way. Some of them are pretty side up, some of them are pretty side down. So you need to read the directions on those. But everything else that I can think of goes pretty side down. Glitter, holographic, metallic, light, easy weed, foil, the stretch, all of those go pretty side down. I was trying to see if I had any of the stretch here that you guys could see real quick. I don't have any handy right here. I thought this was one, but it's not. All right, which way around do magnet sheets go on the mats? I would have to check that. Glenda, are you still there? Any other questions? All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I hope I answered your questions. We'll try to do this back on a regular basis. Sorry, it's been a while. Just the holidays have gotten Terry and I really busy. So if you have any other questions, please join us in the Easy Press group. There's always a lot of question and answers going on in there. We have a lot of Cricut employees in there, as well as a lot of helpful members, and Terry and I try to answer the questions as often as we can. So thanks for being here, guys. See ya. Bye.